Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. I did this on purpose to illustrate the fact that there is a fan, that there is an actual fan. Right now the time is approximately 9 p.m. and 8 minutes, and the date is Tuesday, September 5th, 2017. For those of you that went away or did something really special on Labor Day weekend, I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you went to any sales, I'm a little jealous of you because I did not have that opportunity. Today is the night of the bright moon in Pisces. That's the night before the full moon. And I don't remember the time offhand, but today Mercury went direct in Leo. This is also a little bit of wishful thinking because I cannot wait for autumn to actually begin. I know for a lot of people the last day of summer was yesterday, on Labor Day, but for me the last day of summer is the day before the autumnal equinox. So, with that being said, I would like to acknowledge my new YouTube channel subscribers. Olive, the Windy City Witch, I love that. Teresa Woods, and I have a feeling I know which Teresa Woods this is. And Pam McDuncan. Now, here's a little bit of a pet peeve with YouTube's algorithm. I love YouTube, I do. But this is the third time that I have received a notification from YouTube, meaning an email from YouTube informing me that Pam McDuncan is a new YouTube channel subscriber of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch. And I'm like, okay, so part of me is thinking, well, maybe she has a new phone again, maybe she has a new internet service provider again, or maybe she got something else. And the other part of me is like, YouTube is doing something, and they're kind of like messing it up. In the meantime, I think it is safe to say that YouTube does not give YouTube channel content creators something to acknowledge them exceeding 10,000 views, because I have now in the vicinity of 10,318 views since I first joined YouTube, and I have not received any notification or any email from YouTube or anything in the mail from YouTube saying, hey, guess what? So I think I need to go to the next milestone. So let's see what happens after I exceed 20,000 views or maybe 50,000 views. Then I receive something, who knows. Shout out to Gothica. And this video is a quick update on my very first online Divine Prosperity event, which is taking place exactly 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is Wednesday, September 6th, 2017. The official date of my very first online Divine Prosperity event is 2 weeks and 1 day from today, which is Wednesday, September 20th, 2017. I felt led and intuitively led to make it a recorded event. However, I am purposely staying home that night. I feel very strongly divinely guided to make the participation as much of an empowering, enriching ritual for the participants. So I will be home. I will not be doing work with my side position of employment that night. I will probably begin preparing for that ritual the night before. And I want to clarify that a little bit. And I'm not going to be putting a spell on the participants. I know that most of you are like, well, of course not, duh. But you know what? I assume nothing. There are some people out there that would think, oh, Robert the Witch, the Satanic Witch, is going to do some magic, black magic. Ooh! You know, some people will believe that. Really. You know there are stupid people out there. I know that's not a very positive thing to say. That's not a very nice thing to say. That is not a very spiritually uplifting thing to say. But you know what? It is the goddess's honest truth. There are some people out there that are dumb, that are stupid, that are ignorant. And unfortunately, that's another reason why I don't watch the news. Ooh, I got a headache from that. Oh, yeah. I'll be okay. Yeah, ignorance is something that I find very detestable, but this is something that I find very delicious, which is café con leche. And yes, I'm calling it café con leche even though it is instant. And yes, that is café bustelo. Okay. So, the official update is that earlier today, somebody registered for my very first online Divine Prosperity event. Very excited about that. Not only did this person register, but she gave me what I call a love offering. A love offering is what I love calling a tip. And I first discovered the phrase love offering from Patricia Diane Rotacobles. And she is the author of several books, including Stargate of the Heart and You Too Can Be Financially Free. I need to find my copy of that book because I feel like I need to reread it. It's been a while. You know, I've noticed that when it comes to reading and rereading, books on prosperity consciousness, it's almost always Catherine Ponder, the late and great Dr. Joseph Murphy, the late and great Florence Scovel-Shinn, and every once in a while somebody else. Recently, one of my favorite people on the planet, Swan of Dreamers, turned me on to the late and great Neville Goddard. So I've begun reading one of his works, and I need to get back to it. But that's another story. Now, although I raised my fees for my psychic services this past January 2017, I do want to give some of you a little bit of perspective. So when I began leading, upon the time that I began, I'm not saying this correctly. All right, let me try this again. So I began leading group prosperity classes in November of 2001. And I continued leading group prosperity classes until last year. And I'm pretty much, I honestly don't know if I'm ever going to go back to leading group metaphysical classes. I might. I have not been divinely guided to do that. I've been invited to do that, but even though the people that have invited me to do that have great energy, they're very loving, they're very supportive, they're very magical. When they first mentioned it to me, I kind of got like this, let me not recoil in public so I don't freak them out and think I'm disgusted with them. It was just like, you know how sometimes you might, you know how some people, sometimes they see something and then they realize it's something disgusting and they're like, do this. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Now, do I have an aversion to teaching? No. I love teaching metaphysical and magical and mystical topics. Do I have an aversion to teaching in a group setting, in person? Not at all. But, you know, given the challenges that I had last year leading to in-person group prosperity classes, let's just say that for me to lead an in-person group prosperity class, somebody would need to make me an offer that would be just, I mean, it would have to be like spectacular. It would have to be somebody saying, you know what, I have a group of people and we're willing to pay you $1,000 to teach us all of your personal favorite metaphysical methods and sacred tools to create, manifest, and maintain divine financial supply. Then I'll be like, okay, I'll get excited. But for me to lead a group prosperity class and charging what I used to charge, which was $40 per person if they pre-registered and $50 at the door, I'm not too excited about that. Which is why $25 as an introductory rate really is a steal, because I'm, you know, it's not going to get lower than that. It really isn't. It might stay that way for a while with my future online metaphysical classes, but going lower than 25, that's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. My intention is that at least 5 people register for this online Divine Prosperity event because if less than 5 people pre-register, then I'll cancel it. I've even though I raised my fees this year, or rather earlier this year, for all my psychic services across the board, my minimum acceptable requirement number of participants has not increased. I didn't feel divinely guided to do that. I didn't feel led to do that. I didn't feel that that was necessary. I did feel that keeping it at 5 is definitely appropriate. Let's put it that way. Because I'm not sure what the appropriate term is other than appropriate, but appropriate is fine. I'll use that for now. The other thing is, you know, when it comes to this particular event, again, I feel led to have it be a recorded event so that the participants can go back to it and review it at their leisure. I also feel that it's going to be a minimum of half an hour, but it will be officially between half an hour to an hour, because I definitely feel divinely guided to include a guided meditation as part of my very first online Divine Prosperity event. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm going over my, you know, I love my index cards. Yeah, I don't feel there's anything else I need to ask or talk about this. Of course, if any of you have any questions about this, my very first online Divine Prosperity event, you're more than welcome to ask in the comments. If you have any concerns, you're more than welcome to voice that in the comments as well. If you would rather do so privately, you can email me at thetarotman@excite.com. My email address will be included in the description box, and the blog post that I created for this online, for my very first online Divine Prosperity event, is going to be updated and expanded. I don't feel led to create a separate accompanying WordPress blog post for this particular video. So the updated and expanded original initial WordPress blog post for my very first online Divine Prosperity event will just be a little bit longer and have a little bit more information. And with that being said, if you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, I invite you to do so. I also invite you to schedule your reading with me. As most of you know, I offer readings in person in the New York City area. I also offer readings by phone and via Skype. I also offer readings by email. Even though these days very few people come to me for email readings, I haven't stopped offering email readings. I have discovered, however, that giving somebody a reading via Instagram does not work for me. And recently, somebody whose mother was somebody that I used to work with on Staten Island in New York City had asked me to throw out a few cards and see what's what. With her, I always give her free readings. I think that that might stop in a few years. And if she has an issue with that, you know, then she'll just let me know. But yeah, I really noticed that I didn't feel very focused. I didn't feel that what I said to her was very accurate. She insisted that everything that I said was on the mark and resonated with her and was completely accurate. But, you know, one thing that I feel is that if I'm uncomfortable when I'm giving a reading, then something is off. And I find that when I don't have a problem sending somebody a direct message via Instagram or via any other app about my psychic services, but to give him or her or them a reading via an app's messaging system or via something else like that, it doesn't work for me. An email reading will be accurate, a Skype reading will be accurate, a phone reading will be accurate, an in-person reading will be accurate. Sending a direct message via an app like Instagram, you might say it's going to be accurate, but it's not going to feel that way for me, and I'm not going to feel comfortable. So there you go. Thank you very much for honoring who I am and what I do. I wish all of you many blessings, and may tonight's bright moon in Virgo bring you many blessings of healing, of prosperity, of clarity. And I said Virgo and I meant Pisces. May this bright moon in Pisces bring you great dreams, great miracles, and great spiritual enrichment.